What happens when you die? Do you dissolve into cosmic soup, get recruited by spirit guides, or just awkwardly hover above your body like a ghost at a party? According to Tibetan Buddhism, death is not a full stop. It's a 3-act play with special effects, karmic plot twists, and a chance to win enlightenment, or reincarnation as your neighbor's cat. And yes, there's a manual for this cosmic journey. It's called the Bardo Thodol, aka the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Think of it as a celestial GPS with one goal: get you to nirvana, preferably without screwing it up. So you've died. Congrats. No more taxes, no more group chats. But instead of fading into oblivion, your consciousness gets front-row seats to the most mind-blowing light show ever, literally. This is the Chikai Bardo, the moment immediately after death. It's like stepping into the backstage of reality where the soul encounters the clear light, a radiant, infinite awareness that is, surprise, your true nature. According to the Bardo Thodol, if you recognize this light for what it is, i.e., the cosmic version of "you are here," you achieve instant liberation. That's it. Game over. No need to reincarnate, face karma, or rewatch your past mistakes like a spiritual blooper reel. The problem? Most souls freak out. The light's too intense, too pure, too honest. It's like being exposed to your unfiltered self with no ego makeup. Instead of embracing this luminous wake-up call, the average soul runs for the metaphorical hills, rejecting the one chance at cosmic graduation. Think of it like getting a surprise invite to enlightenment but ghosting the event out of existential panic. And just like that, your soul stumbles into Act 2. Now the real fun begins. In the Chönyid Bardo, your mind becomes a psychedelic movie projector with no off switch. Every unresolved emotion, buried fear, and unfulfilled desire you've ever had comes back, now wearing elaborate mythological costumes. The peaceful deities arrive first, bathed in light and good intentions. If you can stay chill, you might still snag enlightenment here. But let's be honest, it gets weird fast. If you're not ready, the peaceful visions feel suspiciously overwhelming, like being hugged by 1,000 enlightened Buddhas when you just wanted a moment alone. Fail to recognize them, and boom, here come the wrathful deities. Terrifying? Yes. Evil? Nope. They're just your inner demons dressed as demonic deities, basically, the Jungian shadow in a horror movie reboot. The real lesson? It's all projection. The Bardo Thodol says every angel and monster is your own mind in costume. Recognize that, and you're free. Miss the memo, and you're stuck in a cosmic escape room with 0 clues and lots of screaming. But don't worry, there's still one final chance to avoid another lifetime as a mildly disgruntled human. Welcome to the final Bardo, aka the Rebirth Department. This is where karmic gravity starts pulling you toward your next life like a spiritual Tinder algorithm. You see symbolic images, feel urges you didn't know you had, and without even knowing it, you start gravitating toward future parents based on unresolved emotions. Yes, your next life might hinge on daddy issues. In this Bardo, your consciousness is like a moth to the flame of familiarity, repeating the same patterns until you learn the lesson. The Bardo Thodol describes the soul being drawn toward a couple in union. Yes, that kind of union. And poof, you're reborn. No conscious control, just magnetic emotional momentum. Karma is the architect and your psyche's issues are the blueprint. But here's the twist. If you trained your mind while alive through meditation, detachment, and honest introspection, you might spot the trap and say, hard pass. The Sidpa Bardo still holds a secret exit. Total liberation is possible, but only if you recognize that everything you're seeing, including the temptation of rebirth, is just another illusion. Choose wisely. Let's be real. The odds are stacked against the average soul. Enlightenment requires presence, detachment, and the spiritual equivalent of not panicking when the universe shows you your browser history. The main culprits? Fear and attachment. Fear of the unknown. Attachment to the familiar. Together they turn the path to liberation into a revolving door of rebirths. The Bardo Thodol doesn't sugarcoat it. Most people, when confronted with the clear light, flinch. When shown peaceful deities, they doubt. When faced with wrathful ones, they flee. The tragedy? Every vision is a chance to wake up. But conditioned minds are like poorly trained actors. They miss their cues and stick to bad scripts. So how not to be that guy? Cultivate awareness now. The Bardo isn't about spooky stuff that happens later, it's a mirror for how you live today. Practice seeing through illusions, question your cravings, and for heaven's sake, meditate. Because when the lights dim on this life, your mind will be the only luggage you carry. The Bardo ThTibetan isn't a book for the dead. It's a manual for the living so you don't totally screw up dying. Think of it as spiritual prep work, like studying for the final exam where the question is, can you let go of everything? It's brutally honest and deeply compassionate. Liberation is always possible, but never automatic. To die well, you have to live consciously. Meditation, ethical behavior, reflecting on impermanence, these aren't just things monks do for Instagram. They train your mind to recognize the clear light, to face the visions of the Chönyid Bardo without freaking out, and to resist the karmic pull of the Sidpa Bardo. In short, they're your cosmic muscle memory. In the end, dying isn't a disaster. It's an invitation, a last chance to wake up. The Bardo ThTibetan dares you to look beyond the fear, see through the drama, and recognize the divine prank at the heart of existence. You were never separate from the light you just forgot. So the question isn't what happens when I die, but will I remember who I am when it happens? So what have we learned, dear soul in a meat suit? Death, according to the Bardo ThTibetan, isn't a grim full stop. It's a backstage pass to the cosmic theater where your mind is both the projector and the movie. The clear light, that's you, unplugged. The terrifying deities, also you, but in Halloween mode. And the next life? Probably something between karmic deja vu and divine improv. The real kicker is this. You've already been rehearsing for death your whole life. Every time you avoided your fears, clung to an idea of self, or scrolled endlessly instead of sitting with your thoughts, you were preparing. Poorly. But don't worry, the manual's clear. It's never too late to wake up, not even after your last breath. So next time you think about the end, remember, it might just be the biggest chance to finally recognize what you are: infinite awareness playing hide and seek with itself. And maybe, just maybe, enlightenment isn't some distant state for monks on mountaintops, but a cosmic remembering that begins with a single fearless glance into your own light.